Welcome back. Our next guest is Mike Ruehle from Keller Williams here. Mike, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you, sir.
Great to have you. Mike is a fellow realtor. Tell the folks in the neighborhood a little bit about yourself and how you got into the real estate business.
So I kind of fell into real estate. I, grew up Cherry Hill, went to college, got into banking, left there for 5 years with a small business, liked that a little bit more. And then kind of fumbled into it at the end of 2017, got my real estate license, and then ended up here I am.
Yeah.
So just kind of happened. It wasn't necessarily like a planned thing. I just kind of took advantage of opportunities as they came, and here I am.
Nice. And I know you do some work with investors, you do some flipper stuff. What's the big challenge in the market now with finding flippable properties and working with budgets?
So the hardest thing right now with flipping properties is getting contractors.
Okay.
And not necessarily just GCs, but they then depend on subs, day laborers and stuff like that. And those people, everybody's burned out. Obviously the market's tough right now as far as inventory of product, but I'd say labor is far more difficult. Rates are going up right now.
Sure.
So people are speculating on future values a little bit more, but there's stuff out there. It's much less than it was before the pandemic. There's less foreclosures and all that kind of stuff, and there's less properties, but I'd say the hardest thing is actually getting the work done.
Okay. And now, as far as accumulating business or finding people, how do you go about that? Like, some realtors do farming with mailers, some realtors do a bunch of social networking. What's your
So I grew up in the area, so I'm going to have a decent network of people that I know.
Yeah.
I'm active on social media, and I kind of, when I first started, like, everything I was putting up was real estate related. If I got started, if I was doing a showing, I posted a picture of it. If I was at an open house, picture. New listing, coming soon, under contract, sold, closed, home inspections. I just made, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so people, given that I grew up in the area and have a pretty large network, I started getting a lot of business there. I've done realtor leads and Zillow leads and stuff before too, but my goal initially when I first started was I had people, different agents. I started on a team, and at that time, beginning of 2018 and in 2017, like, everybody and their mother wanted to be a flipper.
Right. Sure.
Like,
everybody watched Armando
yeah,
and they got their thing. And
yeah.
It's easy to flip a house.
Yeah, you had Tarek and what's her name, like, Izzy, how much it's gonna take?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everybody wanted to do it. So when I was on a team and there was leads divvied out, like, being brand new, a lot of times they just want to go retail buyers, the experienced agents.
Sure.
So they give me investors, and I looked at it like, I might take 20 people around who aren't going to do anything, but if I can land one or two here and there, and they can buy 5 properties a year, that means 5 purchases, 5 listings.
Yeah.
And I was able to accumulate about 4 different investors who want to keep me kind of afloat. And then from there, you get a listing, and then you get an open house buyer, you get a different buyer from a realtor lead or whatever, and so you kind of I relied on that heavily. As far as I like the repeat business versus just the one-off buyers.
Sure.
But I do both. But
yeah,
that was kind of my target goal.
It's less hunting and more servicing.
Yeah, it becomes more of a numbers game, which I like doing and stuff. And when I first started, there was foreclosures everywhere.
Sure.
So it was a lot easier to just like cherry pick where you wanted to be and what you wanted and numbers. And now it's a little bit more difficult, but you find things here and there.
All right, now outside of business, because it can't be all work and no play. What does Mike do to warm the heart, warm the soul, keep the head going and the body going?
I do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Right, and then I box, and I go to the gym. I'm engaged. I have a dog. Hang out with friends and family and stuff. So, I just try to do my thing and just.
You're recently new with the jiu-jitsu, right? Is that?
Yeah, I just got my blue belt a couple months ago. So, but yeah, I've been doing it for a couple of years on and off, and I got a little more serious with it last year. So,
is that like they'll hurt you physical kind of thing? Like you're scrapping, you're grappling?
Yeah, they have different levels. You can kind of partner up with certain people.
Okay.
That, you can say like, are we gonna like really go?
Right.
Obviously, when you go to like competitions, it's different. But
sure.
when you're just rolling with people, you're gonna get people who are like, I'm not 20 years old anymore.
Right.
So someone wants to like do like some flying triangle and like throw me over their back. I mean, I'll be like, can you warn me at least? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
give me a heads up.
Give me a heads up. Yeah, I might not want to roll with you.
All right. So I'll ask you the same question I asked Ben. Sports fan, correct?
Yeah.
So any sporting event in the last 100 years, if you woke up tomorrow morning and Jeannie said you can go watch this sporting event, and who would you take with you to watch it?
I mean, the Eagles, in the Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl.
Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl?
By far, yeah.
Okay.
I mean...
The one they won, not the one they lost.
Oh, yeah.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah. Nick Foles, not
Nick Foles,
McNabb.
not McNabb.
Yeah. Yeah, that was amazing. So, I would probably say that. And, I don't know, even though my girl's not a big sports fan, she's still my best friend. So, I mean, I'd like to...
It's good to experience that.
Yeah, I would probably take her.
I mean, just started dating she's my wife now, she was my girlfriend then. Literally, we just started dating like in November before the Eagles won, and we went to the parade.
Right.
And that was, even though she's not a huge sports fan, it was still like an awesome moment.
Yeah.
To spend with her and my kids and all that. So,
yeah, like I watched with my buddy Fury, my longest friend, and like, you know, in theory, it's probably who, you know, we go together. So, because, you know, we were out there banging pans in his neighborhood. That's what we wanted. So.
Cool. Awesome, Mike. Thanks for coming by.
You got it, man.
Stop by anytime.
Thanks.
We'll be back with the next guest.